Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly, it's just the word. Allegedly, it's on the street. Allegedly, I sing to the beat. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, it's just the word allegedly. It's what I heard allegedly. It's on the street allegedly. I sing to the beat allegedly. Allegedly, allegedly, it's what I heard allegedly. It's just the word allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue allegedly. It won't help you allegedly. 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 Bitch, one of you was flat. Sure was. Now, let's get to Married to Medical because I was trying to watch what happens live, and I had a question. What was the reason for this season? Why is Jackie here? Jackie, pack your doctor's bag, get your stethoscope, and get to stepping. You serve no point, you serve no purpose. That little charity event you threw, anybody could have thrown that. Get out and stay out. Contessa, you were never needed. I feel like your husband feels about you. You are unnecessary to my life. You are unnecessary to my life. Pack jacket thin ass up with you and hit the bricks. You bring nothing to the show. God, that awful green frock you had on last night hurt like a hangover. Why would you dress and throw up? That's what the dress looked like. Upchuck, vomit, residue. What were you thinking? You weren't thinking. You sure weren't thinking you had a plot line. You came back on this show to prove that your marriage to that no-lip doctor is working. I'm glad you can commit to a man that looks like a parrot without a beak. But I don't think you happy with it. But hey, I'm happy that you can commit to a beakless parrot. If you want me to be happy for it, I'll be happy for it. I'll be happy for it. If you'll just get it the fuck out my face now. Will you get it out my face now, Contessa? I believe that no-lip man loves you. I believe it. I believe that beakless bird wants your pussy. Are you happy? Are you happy? I hope you're happy, Alpha. I hope you. That's why Contessa is here. She wants us to believe that marriage is working. She needs us to know. Well, we know. We never gave a shit, but we know. We know. Sweet tea. You are still water. Still waters run deep, but still water is also filled with bacteria. And you are filled with bad ideas, bad thoughts. Not necessarily bacteria, though. But, oh, girl, you are. I don't want to say you're dumb, but you're unintelligent. You're not smart. Quick. I see why that rodent chose you. Because you will never be smart enough to be Quad. Quad can think herself into a different situation. Girl, Wells Fargo just texted me. I was like, the fuck? What? Ain't nothing even going through right now. Oh, gee, it just said get ready for tax season. was like, I already gotten my face twisted up. I tell you what, and I tell you who. But trifling. You are trifling. You married this man for his money, and he is willing to pay you. I don't know what kind of a union this will be in 5 years or what type of a father he'll be. Because I feel like their union is headed up loveless marriage alley. Whereas she gets used to the, I don't know if I want to say finer things, but more mediocre things in this life as the luster wears off of her gold card. She'll begin to resent you, your wide back, small nose, and smaller ideas. She'll realize that she could have had more, but she settled for safety. And some girls are happy playing it safe. Some quietly die inside. She could be the latter, always regretting and wishing for something better than you. And finding something better than you, Stuart Little, doesn't seem that difficult to find because you brought this girl back on Quad's old show, living in Quad's old house. And people wanted, somebody said, oh, well, people, every house is already somebody else's old house. Yeah, but it ain't their house together. Like you moved in that house, and Quad's energy is still in that house. I would meet him and be like, no, we're going to pick a new joint, a new John, a new Joker, a new Joker. But I tell you, I couldn't live where you were with your ex. No, we have to have something that we picked out together. I need an east facing kitchen, not a south facing kitchen. I got to have something different from the next heifer. I got to have something different from the next heifer. Quad's furniture is still in that house. Quad's heels are still in that house. Quad's weave is still in that house. I'm sure you could find a track under a floorboard. But oh, Sweet Tea and Dr. G, to return to a reality show that you were on with your new wife to be embarrassed by your old wife and her new boyfriend. Mm. I think that is the technical definition of a Floridian loser. A Floridian loser. Although the species can migrate up to Georgia, as we see. As we see. It's native to North Florida and South Georgia. A loser. Exactly. It's called a fresh start for a reason. Ain't enough sage to get Quad's spirit out that house. You can't get the spirit of Quad's forehead out that house. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's get Quad's forehead in it. Now you know that door, the doors in that house have to be specifically wide enough to fit Quad's forehead through. Although Sweet Tea is also a little head molati. But girl, you and Quad got the same forehead measurements? She was walking around that house looking like the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland. You got forehead knots all up in them walls. I cannot. Oh, Lord. Toya, you said I'm going to just get paid for no reason this season. I'm not mad at you. I am not mad at you. You give every season, so this season you decided to sit back and instigate. You're going to say, I didn't start a fire. Maybe I held a candle. Yeah, you held a candle all right over a gasoline tank. I held the candle. Toya, you ain't shit. But at least you at least you bring something. At least you bring something. My God. Simone. I'm glad it's February since we're going to roast Simone. But now I don't know how many of you know this, but I'm sure a few of you know this. This is not Simone's first time being on television. Do you realize that? Simone has had her own television show before. But Angry Beavers was canceled. However, the bitch is back. Oh my God, Simone is just a gnaw of a woman. Simone Whitmore is a gnaw of a woman. If gnawing was a person, it would be Simone. Simone, you are the technical definition of annoy. You are on your nerves, mother. You are on your nerves, mother. My God. I don't know how Simone Kids Force Whitmore has an overbite and an underbite at the same time. And that's why you can't get along with Heavenly. Because you have an overbite and an underbite at the same time, and that irritates you, which is why you're always just gnawing at something. Just gnawing at something. She is a gnaw of a woman. Girl, she gnawed Mariah off her own show. I will never forget when Simone got the group together. It was Simone whose face was as solemn as a turtle. I'm sorry, as solemn as a tortoise when she said, we no longer want to be in community with Mariah, and we are asking you to leave this group. Angry Beaver. Should Simone stay, or can we put her out to pasture? I don't know. I mean, I guess you know what? Simone has to stay because Simone got to pay Cecil whether she likes it or not. When that caller brought up that Simone would have to pay Cecil alimony, my God. I guess it's cheaper to keep her. But still, not only did you waste $24,000 of my money, but I might have to cut you a monthly check. They'd find your ass in Lake Lanier. I'm telling you what, Cecil, they would find you in Lake Lanier if you were my husband. Telling you here, telling you now. That close, I'd get you shoving. I'd get you shoving. But I guess they can say, I want to see what Cecil Whitmore's next financial mistake will be. Kids Force. No, it was a $24,000 blue polo shirt. It was a blue. I bet you we could still, girl, you know they left it up on Instagram. I bet you one of them boomers forgot the password. Let's see if it's still there. Kids Force. Oh my God. I would hurt my hand from slapping him. I would end up with arthritis. I would end up with bone damage I'd be slapping him still to this day for kids force. But you know what? We got to let that go. We got to let that go. Heavenly. You know, I've worked with Heavenly before, and behind the scenes, Heavenly's been very nice to me. And when somebody tried to bulldoze over me, she was like, "No, I'm not letting that happen." And Heavenly has always said this: I am a bitch so that something happens on this show. Well, we've just gone through everybody else has brought nothing. She is evil this season. I mean, child, she is hell on heels. That is a bitch. Ain't no way. I'm calling her out. Awful behavior. Horrible. But what the hell else would be going on if she wasn't out here trying to fuck with Fedra? We would not have a show. That F is out here doing the job of 3 cast members because Simone and her overbite ain't doing shit. At least Toya was trying to instigate. What does Cecil do now? Waste Simone's money. He takes up space and wastes oxygen. He gets on Simone's nerve. Oh, goodness. It's going to be real estate. He's not selling no houses. But I got to say, Heavenly is a piece of shit human being. But thank God she is out here doing something to keep the show going. And you know I mean on the show. But although I feel like she was right to bring Apollo and Shireen because don't nobody like Phaedra. And here's the thing. Jackie will always get Heavenly to do her dirty work. Jackie knows Phaedra would probably go through her medical records and steal from her clients. I don't think Phaedra is above a Medicaid scam, allegedly. I don't think she's above Medicare fraud. So, ladies, lock your offices and watch your records. And what did Phaedra bring other than a suspected sissy to Bermuda or wherever the hell they are, the Keys? Sure, oh my God. Ultraviolet said, Shireen sounds like a side hole name from way back. Now, I know the name Shireen from Game of Thrones. The Lady Shireen, the young princess that was sadly burned to be sacrificed for the Lord of Light. So that is an old name, but she wasn't a side hoe. But still an old name. Well, keep your purses close. Keep your purses close. But what has been the point of the season? I mean, we learned that Sweet Tea is stupid, that Contessa ain't gonna give up on Scott, that Hefferly ain't shit, that Simone and Jackie are boring, and that Phaedra is a liar. I knew all that before this. You could have brought me up and brought me something new. Something new. Was it Will's first wife a Shireen? No. Even worse. Even worse. His first wife is a Sheree. A Sheree. I feel sorry for Sheree because Sheree is a beautiful name. It's a fun name, a classy name. But then that Whitfield heifer had to get it, and she ruined it for all of you. For all of you. We're in the middle of the season, and I'm like, what are we going to reunite about in a few weeks? Will there be point or purpose? We learn that King is violent. Well, I'm sorry, so is Stuart Little. So I feel like King was like, let me get that first bop in my opinion, Contessa and Scott are trying too hard to present a united front. I think they hate each other. Girl, you know what it gives me? That they are deep in debt mutually with student debt, medical debt, business debt, debt, that they're like, we stuck together like a failing business. Like a failing business. I worked with the Sheree, and that heifer was a tall, evil bully. We don't need a reunion. We need a PowerPoint presentation at the end of the season. I think, well, think about it. Being a doctor is not as profitable as it used to be. And so now you see them like trying to open these facilities, and it's like, really? Okay. I know those are expensive to open and expensive to run, but I'm gonna wish them luck. I'm gonna wish them luck since they came on television to beg for it. All right, well, I'm gonna get to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I'm gonna see you soon for some.